JM in the AM, it's a Monday. That's right. Back to school, back to work we go. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on this Monday morning broadcast at JM in the AM. Well, I had mentioned that weeks ago when I went to visit the Touro University Dental School. It was one of the best moves ever because I had never realized what kind of gorgeous campus they have. It's number one, and how state-of-the-art it is. I mean, talk about a 2026 facility under great leadership and producing some amazing people. It was really incredible, a real jewel in our community. And this morning, Baruch Fogel is with us live via telephone. He's the campus rabbi at Touro University's medical and dental schools. There's lots of graduations going on right now and plenty of alumni who are entering the next stage of their professional lives. And he's going to tell us a little bit about the Jewish community on campus and what's happening with the students up at Touro University. Rabbi Baruch Fogel, a pleasure to welcome you to JM in the AM.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. I
appreciate that. I saw the dental campus, which is amazing, and they're relatively close to each other, medical and dental. Am I right?
Yes. New York Medical College, which is part of the Touro University system, and the Touro College of Dental Medicine share a nice, beautiful campus in Westchester. It's about a 5-minute walk from building to building, but we share one cafe, which is obviously fully kosher only,
right.
And we have one shul on campus that serves both schools. Yeah, and it's in Westchester, in Valhalla, New York.
And I think you'd agree, well, certainly you would agree, I discovered it when I went to visit. I never realized what kind of incredible facility it is, and certainly 2026 state-of-the-art. Now, you see it on a daily basis, so maybe it doesn't strike you as much, but when I saw the different labs, equipments, clinics, et cetera, that are set up there, it's pretty amazing how up-to-date they are.
Yeah, I mean, everyone should come and see what the simulation lab in the dental school looks like.
Correct.
I mean, you see sometimes 150, 200 students working on first and second year when it's didactic and they're practicing over mannequins. So it's like little mini dentist stations, and it boggles the mind. And each one student with their glasses and the lights and the technology is just really state of the art.
Yeah, one can understand why it makes a transition into the real world of dentistry as easy as possible. It was really amazing, and I'm glad I saw it with my own eyes. All right, so the Jewish community on campus, this must be interesting because obviously the central focus of the students is medicine and dentistry. And yet at the same time, obviously, Rabbi Fogel, you want and the students want to continue as much of a Jewish life as possible and incorporate as much of our tradition and our practice into their daily lives. So what goes on in terms of the Jewish presence on campus? What is it that's being done to make sure that they're comfortable with this whole, double existence of being on the medical track and the dental track, and at the same time, keeping to their Jewish tradition as best as possible?
Well, firstly, we have, as I mentioned before, we have a shul on campus, a beautiful shul, where there's daily chakras every morning. Some days that's packed and full because between the dental and medical students, especially when the semester is at the height of the semester, middle of the semester.
Right.
So every morning we make sure that we have a shul, we have a minions. Sorry. We have, mincha, sometimes mincha marav, depending on the winter and the summer. We have a beautiful campus, which actually some people live on campus, and we make sure we have an Eruv all around campus so that people spend Shabbos. We put it up. We expanded it recently, so there's more opportunities to walk around on Shabbos. And we have shiurim. We have shiurim both at the dental school and the medical school. That's what I do. I give shiurim to the students who are interested. We have a dental school by lunch. That's the lunch and learn for the dental students. We have a shiur once a week for the medical students in the afternoon, one afternoon a week. Besides that, our campus is fully kosher. That means the cafe is 100% OU certified. There's food always, for the breakfast and lunch for our students. And we have like a cafe, which, like I said, there are two buildings. The main cafe is in the medical school, but the dental school has like a satellite. So we make sure that our Jewish students are fully comfortable and fully at home, whether they're in dental or medical school.
Pretty amazing. All right, Baruch Fogel is with us. He is the campus rabbi for the Touro University Medical and Dental Schools up in Westchester. How many students do you think you interact with during a semester?
Oh, wow. I mean, on a weekly basis at the shiurim, definitely we can get like 20, 25 students come to this, men and women who come to the shiurim, and davening, you could have 20, 30, depending on the day. But interacting and speaking to, I would say, there's definitely a higher number. And even more than that, we have Shabbatons on campus,
Wow.
3 a semester. And Shabbaton could have Friday night, we could have 50, 60 students. Shabbos day, also about 50 students. So there's a lot of from students, Jewish students who are on campus, and who are proud and interacting with their Yiddishkeit and Judaism on campus
And taking advantage of all the services that you provide. All right. When someone is, in fact, making progress in the medical school, in the dental school, they have to start thinking about how they're going to do their residencies. Are they going to be available for Shomer Shabbos residencies? If they exist, you'll explain in a moment if they do. And there's students who may, find it beneficial to them to travel a bit and possibly pursue their continued studies or some type of employment, outside the New York area. What happens there at Touro University to guide the Jewish students who's looking for a certain direction?
So New York Medical College is definitely at the forefront of making sure and ensuring that there are Shomer Shabbos residencies available. Baruch Hashem, there are so many students. I don't know if there's a Shomer Shabbos residency for everyone, and it might not be for everyone.
Right.
But New York Medical College, its leadership is really dedicated to trying to create and provide more and more Shomer Shabbos opportunities. That's an addition. That's an official. The way it works in medical school is, your fourth year, you interview and you decide what field you want to go into, what specialty you want to go into. And in your fourth year, that's what you think about, and what you're good at or what you want to do. And then you go interview, and then you match. Match day is a complicated algorithm which places students and, future careers. And for those who, it's a very important to them, there are Shomer Shabbos dedicated residencies on the match, which means that they guarantee that they won't have to be in the hospitals on Shabbos.
Right.
Besides that, there's also Shomer Shabbos friendly, where a lot of where it's not official, it's not on the match day, it's not on the schedule, but nevertheless, it is known, and the site directors will be very Shomer Shabbos friendly. So there's official Shomer Shabbos residencies and Shomer Shabbos friendly residencies. And Baruch Hashem, thank God, a lot of our students take advantage of it every year. This past year, we have one student going downstate as a Shomer Shabbos residency. Some of it Mount Sinai South, Nassau, which is out here on the island, and Rochester, New York. There's Shomer Shabbos residencies, but it's definitely something that New York Medical College works hard to provide. And for those who want to use it, it's really available. But that's the actual Shomer Shabbos residence in addition to the Shomer Shabbos friendly residence.
You ever think of the pioneers, those who envisioned this years ago, especially those at Touro, who envisioned that they really could accommodate from students down the road and really help them excel in these two major areas, medicine and dentistry? You ever think about those who set all this in motion and made the effort to get to this point?
Well, I don't have to think about them. I see them. I interact with them. The leadership of Touro University at New York Medical College and the Touro College of Dental Medicine, a lot of them have lived it and experienced it, and we're lucky that they're able to go and provide it and teach it and set examples for the next generation. I think that's one of the beautiful things that we have from the leadership, from the dean of the School of Medicine, who comes to daven with us, and on down. That there's a living example of people who have actually, led the path, made the path, so that our students could, have definitely an easier path in our generation.
And Rabbi Fogel, I think you'd agree that for many generations, the dream of Jewish parents was, in fact, to make sure that their child would head toward medical or dental school. I mean, it's somewhat of a stereotype, but I wonder today with many students in our community, heading toward other professions, other areas of expertise. I'm wondering if we still have a strong presence in the medical and dental fields, and it sounds, based on the way you're describing it, that in fact we do.
From what I see, we definitely do. And again, I see it. I'm blessed to be the campus rabbi, not only of the medical and dental, but throughout the Touro University system. And I see the pipeline.
Right.
the undergraduate pipeline, throughout the Touro campuses, and I'm sure, and also other campuses. But you see the pipeline of students who are taking the pre-medical, pre-dental. The dental school has a wonderful program for students who are thinking of going to dental school. It's called the pre-dental program. You can come for 3 days, see what it's like, and see if it's for you. And it's really wonderful to see. So we had it about 2 weeks ago. I was there. Students from all across the country, but also definitely students from the Touro undergraduate system. And there are definitely quite a number of students who are on the pre-dental or pre-health track.
Was there a formal graduation recently? Is June the month for medicine and dentistry in terms of graduations?
Of course. So really, it's May and June that you have all these graduations. This is the time. This is the time.
You had an opportunity to be at some of those?
Yes, of course. Thank God, Touro has quite a number of graduations. I didn't even mention we have 2 medical schools, actually. We have New York Medical College up in Westchester. There's another medical school called Touro-Com, a DO school in Harlem, and where there's a shul also, and there's shurim there as well. And I get to go to. I'm blessed to go to graduation and see students who I welcomed 4 years ago at orientation, and then you see them 4 years later graduating, doctors, dentists, and you see them, and we've been together 4 years. It's like a sad goodbye, but it's a beautiful goodbye that they're moving on in their careers.
Must be a great feeling, and it sounds like you get a lot of nachas. In addition to the parents and relatives getting nachas, it sounds like you get some nachas also when all this is going on toward the end of the school year. Pretty amazing. All right, Baruch Fogel, he's campus rabbi at Touro's medical and dental schools, and we will take this opportunity. After all, we have pointed out that June is the month for dads and grads, so we'll take this opportunity now to wish all those who've graduated from both the dental and medical in the months of May and June a mazal tov, and it sounds like, as Rabbi Fogel said, that we have plenty to be proud of in our community, to say the least. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations on behalf of all the students. Accept our mazel tov wishes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pleasure to speak with you. All right, Baruch Fogel, pleasant man, campus rabbi at Touro's medical and dental schools. And I told you folks, when I went to see it, thank God I went, because everyone's got this impression of what institutions in our community might be like. And my gosh, this was as impressive as we thought it would be. This was just over the top. Incredible campus, beautifully laid out. A lot of common sense the way it's laid out. And the labs and the clinics and everything that's built inside, really 2026, state-of-the-art, giving those in the medical and dental schools the utmost opportunity to really excel at what they want to do, which is to be great in their field as they pursue it. Pretty amazing. More coming up. You're listening to a Monday morning edition of JM in the AM.